curious about the rise of a DJ. For me, this is how it began.
So how did I, a musician, get involved in roller skating? Well, here's how.
My journey began 7 years ago on Friday and Saturday nights, where I would learn the art and sport of roller skating and realize that a small old town rink could change my life.
So, growing up as a child, I had an older brother who competed in the sport at our local rink called Rollerama. That's when I fell in love with skating.
After a year of dedication to the rink and sport, I would then become a volunteer to the business with the encouragement of my former skate coach, Kevin Haston, and employees Joyce Moore and Carolyn Myers. I would start out as a skate room attendant, snack bar attendant, and floor guard during private parties, Wednesday evening cheap skate nights, and on Saturday mornings after skate lessons. From there, it would progress to afternoon skate sessions and then evening skate sessions on weekends.
But what does that have to do with my music career? Well, it all started back when I was in high school, as I did 4 chorus classes. Then from there, in 2011, I was signed to Waterline Records.
And then another year passed, and I signed on as an official employee to the business, becoming who you know today as DJ James Acors. And I also filled roles such as communications manager, special events coordinator, and social media administrator.
So to tie it all together, in 2014, I walked away from music. As I came to Chester Skateland, I had met James, where I had inspired him to get back into the sport, where he's also rekindled my passion for music. So you guys are wondering, how did James and I meet? Well, first, what I want to do is I want to get to know James. I want you guys to know his story. I think that's really where it all starts out and how you can really understand how we met. And then, hopefully, we'll get to know a little bit more about me and how it all came together. So, James, how did this all start out for you? Like, what's the story between the whole time you were here, like from start to finish? You know, what was your main inspiration in your life that led you up to this point now?
Well, definitely being that one Saturday night that I was skating here, and there was the older employee that was cleaning up a snack bar that had been trashed by teens, and I knew that I needed to step up and be the help she needed at the time. So I came in, helped her clean up the snack bar, made it look as nice as possible, and then she said some things that I haven't forgotten, which were, number one, she wished there were more people in the world like me, which shocked me because I was like, more people in the world like me? Nobody wants to be like me. And secondly, the biggest inspiring thing she said to me was, if you keep up what you're doing, you might find yourself with a job here one day. And that stuck with me all throughout the night and then through the next week. Because I never really thought about working here. I thought about it as like a hobby, something actually that I finally found that I could do and I could learn and I could attach myself to. It was like a job. It's funny how this would just all come together, like a higher power was showing me that this was the path and this was my beginning in life. So I kept coming, I kept volunteering, and for a couple or a few weeks, or maybe even longer than that, I just continued helping her clean up the snack bar. And then, after I got to know more employees through my skate instructor that I learned from, I began volunteering in other aspects. And at that time, they didn't really have special events here. or really any decoration for the seasons and the holidays. And that's something that I wanted to change, and it was something I also did through church. So I definitely didn't have a budget before I worked here. It was like maybe change I found in between the couch or something. But I went out one day after talking to the owner, which was Janice at the time, and I said, do y'all have any Halloween decorations for the rink? Anything to sort of celebrate the holiday, or do you do anything at all for it? She said, well, we have sort of a night where we have everybody dress up and we have a costume contest. And I was like, okay, well, I want to make it a little bit better this year. And would you mind if I went around maybe to Dollar Tree and got some decorations and gave it the little Halloween feel? And she said, no, I don't mind at all. And of course she wouldn't, but I went out and I did that for her, and it was like it was the day of the event when I came in and did this. So right before the session started, and I had all the stuff, and I was bringing it in, and I was standing out in the line waiting to come in and pay. And I finally got up to the door, and I let her know this was what this was, and what it was for. And she said, what are you doing out there? Come in here and start rolling with it. And I was like, well, I gotta pay. And she was like, from now on, don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, so that was a big moment, you know. And I did that, and that's where my passion really began, because it stemmed from the Halloween event to Christmas to New Year's to Valentine's, and then to all of the events you find me doing now. So we have charity events and just all kinds of different things we do throughout the year, and in decorating the rink in different seasonable fashions, and that all came from me, and possibly without me that would have never come to pass. So that's kind of how it began in that aspect. So I became sort of a special event coordinator, the rink decorator, and then with that, when Mr. Ali, who is now the leaseholder of the business, when he came in, he promoted me to social media administrator or communications manager, whichever one sounds better. He had me take over the website, he had me take over the Facebook, and I in turn created Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and now YouTube, in hopes to build the business, preserve the business and its history, and also make a difference in the community. So now, enough of me. We want to know more about Zach. I want to know more about Zach. I don't know about you, but I do. So, Zach, tell us about you.
All right. Well, I have been doing music since I was young. I had played soccer all my life, so I was a heck of a soccer player. And but growing up, I was, in church, always singing in choir, always in chorus class, playing soccer. And then as I got older, I got into middle school, and so some Fridays and Saturday nights, we would go skating because that's really all we had, and it was fun. Of course, my older brother Ben was actually in competition at Rollerama, where we lived. So my brother Josh and I were the soccer players and music and stuff like that. So, of course, my younger sister, she did her stuff as well, and mainly theater is what she really did. And from there, it just kind of evolved. And then I got into high school and I did, I was in boys show. Then I did chamber ensemble, and then all of a sudden it got into mixed show choir, and then all of a sudden got into, me being in 4 chorus classes with 8 dress changes and stuff, and then I played soccer, and then I played for FC Richmond, so I pretty much played soccer year round. And Of course, I swam and dove at the same time and stuff. So I was very active as a child. But music-wise, it all started when I was at Office Max, 2007, and from there I went on. In 2011, we signed to Lemon Records, and I never thought I'd ever sign to a small label. Well, sometimes the music business is hard, and I decided that it wasn't working out. So in 2014, I decided to go ahead and just walk away. And really, where my epiphany happened, where I had this moment, it was about 2012, 2014, that time frame. I remember I was at a bar singing. I had my girlfriend with me, trying to be all cool, singing to my girlfriend and stuff like that. And I had just got back from Nashville, and I got with some people, some guys that could play, Justin, Walter, Randy, Sam, and all of them had backed me. Well, I would join the band. It was about a band. It wasn't about me. Now, they helped me in a way to where, my confidence got more and more. And after that, there was just one night, it was just really bad. I literally just didn't want to do it anymore. I literally walked off stage. I said, I'm done, and I wasn't fully done. Like, I still did shows, but I wasn't there. Like, the passion was not there anymore. Because playing soccer in 2004, I had to leave school due to a concussion. And that's when I decided to do music, but music didn't really start until about 2007. The cool part about that is I do have a conversation about, which is pretty cool. But the passion after I played soccer, and I couldn't play no more, but I already knew music was my passion. And from there, I just decided to walk away and just not do it. It just wasn't there. And then from there, I just kind of wanted to find me again. We always try to find ourselves, and I couldn't really find myself. And that's when I ended up here in this very building one night. And I know you guys out there are wondering, how did we meet? Like, how did we actually meet? So I'll probably start it off, because the funny part about it is, actually the cool part really is, I had brought my niece up here, and I've come a couple of times. Of course, I went to other rinks too, but I came here because it was more relaxed. It was fun. You could kind of be yourself, and the atmosphere was kind of cool. And I, decided to keep coming. And I'm going to let James finish this one, because that's actually how we are sitting here now today. So
Yeah, it's I didn't previously talk about it, but you heard about sort of my origin, how I originated in the rink, but not how my DJ career evolved. This is how that began, and how it runs into us meeting. I was here one Sunday afternoon skating. I started coming pretty much to all sessions. When I was able to come in for free, you can do that, but when you have to pay, it's kind of harder. But that's what I did, and there was one day that there was nobody here that could DJ. The older employees, they were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And Debbie, who is a skate coach here, she came out and talked to me, because she knew I was a regular and came all the time and helped out. And she said, do you know anything about running the music here or being a DJ? And I was like, no, not at all, but I can toss in my 2 cents. And I knew a lot of what to say, because I came all the time and I listened to all the announcements from the other DJs, like Lorraine. I pretty much had her speech memorized. So I used that when talking on the mic. But figuring out the music was a little more complicated. So throughout the session, you kind of heard some of the music really good and loud, and some of it you probably thought you were listening to in a grocery store. But I ended up continuing to do that on Sundays somehow. And from there, I moved into doing it on private parties, on Wednesday evening cheapskate nights, and then to all the afternoons, and to also Tuesday nights after we pushed our Wednesday evenings back. And now I do it pretty much most of the time because I'm the main DJ in the building now. I have another Zach, DJ Zach, who helps me every other Friday and Saturday night, but now I'm the main, so I have to be here, which is good. I love being here. This is what I do, and it just is what it is. And with that, I have filled many other different roles and helped out. Again, over the 40-year history of this rink, there has been so much blood, sweat, tears, employees, ideas, inspirations, events than you'd ever imagine. And I've come to the point of becoming one of the, I guess I'd say, elder staff members. It's been here the longest. I guess I'd rank myself number 5 now. Getting close to the top. It's kind of scary. I feel like I'm getting older. But of course, Joyce is at the top with her 32 years of service in the business. And I have helped hire a lot of the new people we have. I could say probably around about half the staff we have now. So that's Chandler and Travis and Riley and Sean and Zach now, which this is how we met. I had just built the pro shop for the rink that had been in plans for quite a while, ever since Mr. Ali, the leaseholder, took over, which was in May of 2015. And that was always his idea, but he never got the chance to follow through with it. So I decided to pick up where he left off with it and actually do it. Me and Kenny built it. And then I talked to my manager, Janice, and Cindy. And we decided that we needed an adult to operate the pro shop. And I was like, okay. Well, I didn't have any adults on my hiring list. So I'm over here thinking, and all the adults I know I've already asked, and they're not able to do it or just want to be volunteers, like Kenny and E.T., and for some reason they don't want to get on the payroll, but that's their choice. So I was looking around one Saturday night when I was DJing, and I was like, well, who in here would be a good fit? And when I choose, I profile someone who sort of gives off a positive aura, who I believe will help better this business and change lives, which so many have done here over the course of our 40-year history. And I saw Zach. I knew he had come here before, and he just had a familiar, welcoming face. And I was like, well, let me go and ask him if he'd be interested in the job. And I didn't know. I was like, well, he probably has something else. So I went over and asked him, and he said, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I will definitely keep you updated because we're going to need somebody for the pro shop. So that's where we met. So I really didn't know him at all. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea because I don't know this person. But I feel like I know them enough where I know they'll be a good fit for the job. And so far I've been right. And he has inspired me, and I think will inspire many others that work here, and you as well. And I think that's very important, and people like him are a necessity to building a better, more safe business and community for our newer generation.
Wow, awesome. So, how did I actually make it all happen? What has James done as we meet? You know, when he walked up to me that night, I have a part-time job. You know, as always, you got to make a living somehow. And he walked up to me, and, you know, I was skating with my niece, and I had Miranda with me, you know, from church and stuff like that. And the cool thing is, this all kind of comes together really, really coolly, because he's inspired me to go after music now. And the funny thing is, when I told him that I had, you know, I was on iTunes and everything like that, you know, everybody was like, "What? You're on iTunes, Amazon?" Like, I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, really, it's not. But when he heard me sing, he was being real about it. He was saying, "Dude, you're amazing. Like, why hasn't, you know, anybody picked you up? Why are you still here? Why are you at a part-time job when you should be out there making music?" And I said, "Man, there's a lot that involves, and it's a business. It's just like running a skating rink. Music's the same way. You got to have the product. You got to have this. But what he's done is he's brought it back into me and my passion that I've had deep inside. I've kind of locked it away into this wall that I didn't want to bring back. I never wanted to bring it back. I was done. I was done with music for good. Didn't want to do it anymore. But that night it was just totally different. And he started to play my music, and I didn't ever think he would ever do it or even want to find it. And he loves half my stuff that I've got, I think. But,
Wow, I love all of them.
Right. So, that's how it all worked. And
I didn't even know he was a musician. I just, well, I wanted to talk to him, and I knew I had his phone number, but I was like, well, I wonder if he has Facebook. I'm all about Facebook. I don't know if you are. Y'all are probably on the Instagram and Twitter and stuff. I like that too, but I like Facebook. And I found him, and I found out that he was a singer and songwriter. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. You know, that's sort of changing it up a bit, and the staff, and he could possibly bring something new to the table, which he has. And we're gonna use each other to better each other's mission, his in music and mine in the rink business. But I just remember going on Spotify and listening to his songs, and it was just amazing. He had a great talent and a great voice, and a lot of people see that in him, and I wanted him to see that again, because he blocked it out and sort of walked away. And sometimes in life, it is good to move forward and forget your past. But sometimes there are things in your past that you can relive to help better your future. And in that future, that happy place that you're at, you will find peace. And that peace will stay with you for a long time and help you in the long run find who you are. And I told him, I was like, you should be on American Idol. You should go and get your name out there. And he was being humble about it and sort of just, you know, I guess thinking it was all talk. And I'm like, well, no, I'm serious. And I got some other coworkers to listen to it, and everybody thinks he's great. So I went on my computer software with FEC Music. It's a roller skating and bowling music company. And they don't hire individual artists or put the music on there. They have sort of the top artists that they put on the system. And I was like, well, I'm going to give it a whirl. And I asked him, I said, do you have any Zach Perkins songs, or can you get on Spotify and find those Zach Perkins songs? I said, you've got to have them. I love it. Put those songs on there. Everybody's got to hear it. And they were like, well, we don't know because, you know, we don't hire the individual artists. And I'm like, oh, well, I know. Just see what you can do. And they listened to it, and they were like, wow. It blew our mind how good it was. Such talent in one person. And I was like, see? And they were like, yeah, we'll have a few songs up shortly. No problem. And so I got him on our system, and I played him the first night that he was set to work, which was the night of our glow party, which was a benefit for the Red Cross when we had CBS 6 meteorologist Tom Patton here. And that night, that pro shop that we put in with him at the helm really made a difference in a lot of the lives of the clientele that were here. And we really prospered on that new part of the business we put in. I'd say. I guess that wouldn't be the right wording, but you know, we're just talking. And then I had Patton come out and meet Zach because I put on his music, and he was blown away, astonished, and really sort of boosted Zach a lot. I think it was much appreciated by him.
It was.
And to even offer to give him some CDs, and Patton definitely wanted them. But he had to go back to the station, so we weren't able to give him to him that night. But I was going to go back and see him not too long after that, in the next couple days after the event. So I got the CDs and I took it to him, and Tom was like, "Oh man, these have never been opened, you know. Are you sure you want to give them away?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, he wants you to have them." And he was like, "Well, I'll give them back when I'm done." And I was like, "No, he wants you to have them." And he's like, "Are you serious?"
Oh,
that guy was great.
Yeah, no, that was a great thing to hear in a way. And we talk about inspiring, you know, and the cool thing what James is doing, I want y'all to know, it's really tough to come into a business just like music and to be kind of thrown at the wolves in a way. And I was always told all my life that you couldn't do something. My dad would said, you know, don't tell me what you can't do, tell me what you can do. You know, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's a great thing. And you know, me playing soccer, I always thought that, but music was the same way. And when I met James, he started playing that stuff. It's kind of crazy. And the cool thing, what I have done for him is I have given him more confidence to say, man, you have what it takes to run a business. Like, you have the passion, you have the drive, you have everything that it takes for a business owner. You know, because some business owners that own rinks, you know, James knows, you know, they just, well, it's okay, we'll just, you know, let it bring them, and then, you know, then they sell it and they get rid of it, and then all of a sudden it starts to go down. And the thing about skating is, it's so fun, because a lot of y'all out there probably rollerblade. I can't rollerblade. You know, because I never really tried.
I can stand up on them.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing.
Not my forte.
Right. It's not mine either, but it's cool. But I think the thing about it is it's a great place to come together and really, you know, meet new friends. And instead of going out and doing something else and maybe something happened to you, you know, or getting caught up in the bad and stuff like that. But inspiration, you know, it's to push people. You know, he has pushed me. James has pushed me. He pushes me to be better. He pushes me to really strive for it, you know. And I'm trying to push him to be better, to say, hey, you know, don't let some of the decisions, you know, of management, you know, put you down, because your ideas are great. And I think he knows that sometimes that his ideas are great and they do listen, you know, even though in his mind he's not going, oh, well, they're not listening to me, they don't care. They do care. He's taken this place, and I've come here, how many times? Maybe within the past 6 months, I think, because I just found out about, you know, here, because I used to go to other rinks, but there's only like 2 in this whole area, so I just started coming here. But for him to change and to see the actual change in what he's done, I mean, you know, hopefully the next couple of videos we're going to show you, you know, we're going to show you the upgrade. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're really going to show y'all the upgrades of what we're trying to do and how we're trying to change it. We're going to show you some of the nights, and we're actually maybe, I know it's an idea, we should throw it out there. We want you guys in the comments down below to give us ideas of what you want to see, like what you want to see from us, and we want that. And y'all are going to inspire us to, one, make better content and to really push this and make it better. The great thing I love about James is he's got a big heart, and he's trying to bring the community together, and I think that's what it's all about, you know. And there's not a lot of teenagers, or generation, I should say, in our generation. There's not a lot of us out there, and I think he got blown away when I told him, and I said, hey man, you know, you got the thing. You know, I told him what was it, like past 2 weeks or something? What did I say to you? I don't know if you remember, but I told James that he's going to own this rink. That's literally what our plan is. And you know, it's not about us. It's not about us at all. It's about you guys out there. It's about what we can do and inspire you. So throw your comments in the below, and we want to know. We really want to know what inspires you. That's really what we want to know, because we want to go off of what inspires you. I think a lot of it that we talk about being inspired. He's inspired me to push myself now to go after music, and I am. So.
And speaking of which, I am sort of throwing him into a pan of fire here. June 7th, we're going to be having a Schools Out for Summer late night skate from 7:30 to midnight on June the 7th. I'm going to have radio host Jason Page here co-DJing with me. And at a certain portion of the night, probably around 10 p.m., maybe 9:30, I'm going to have Zach go out to the center. I'm going to have him sing 3 of his songs. And I hope in turn that after Jason listens to him, we'll be able to put him on the radio and get his name out there and really make his dreams become reality.
Yeah. Well, you guys also can't forget he's a DJ. So, the great thing about James is he can promote. And that's a skill that a lot of people don't have. And that's why we're together. We're together to push each other. And I think with his skill of DJing, he loves music just as much as I do. And I notice that some of the stuff he plays. And, you know, if you ever need a DJ and you want to hire somebody, he's your man. He's right here. You know, right here. Right here.
As long as you have your event here.
Yes.
Yes. We got to get you involved in the sport, for sure. If you are not a skater, haven't been, or afraid to learn, we do have people here who can help you, people here who can inspire you and push you to skate forward and become that all-star that you never thought you could be, but wanted to be.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna leave it with this. This man has done a lot to this building, and I really want you guys to continue watching and to help James, really, because he's done a lot. And I want to say this because it's true. He's done so much to this place within the past couple of years that I've heard, and he's bringing this business back. And we've had a lot of people come out, so private parties, birthdays, you know, lessons. We got great teachers and stuff like that. I might even try to come in here and get some lessons myself, because I want to get back into it. Skating for me is a release. It's a release to get away from the world. It's where I can come here and I can be me, and I can get away from everybody. I can, you know, just not think about the day-to-day dailies, but you know, we really want to encourage you guys just to be inspired. It's really what we're trying to do. And so we're going to leave some of the links, one to our each other's Facebook, Instagram, to the rink,
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. And also, we're going to try to do a lot of promotions on there as well. So because we both use Instagram and Facebook a lot, and we're using YouTube to be that outlet for us to get out there. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be great, guys. I'm telling you, y'all are not gonna miss a thing. It's gonna be awesome. So, with that being said,
I'm DJ James Acors,
I'm Zach Perkins.
and this is
It's
Skating
Skating
Forward.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to make a change in your community, make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up with all of our latest videos. Also, make sure you check out all of our social media platforms as well. I'm Zach Perkins. Skate forward and roll on.